Hi, my name is Peachey. I'm the Elephant Manager and Assistant Curator of Melanesia here at the Columbus Zoo. Having a second calf born here at Columbus has given us a unique opportunity to compare the development of Phoebe's first calf born here, which was actually her second calf, Bodhi, who you see behind you right now, or behind me rather, and Beco, the calf that was born in March. They have distinctly different personalities. They follow different courses of development. In a way, they illustrate options that elephant calves have for learning. Bodhi was very much an animal that learned by exploration. Beco, on the other hand, has learned by mimicry or copying the things that he sees mom do. It's resulted, I think that's had some influence on their personality differences to a certain extent. One of the main differences that we have seen between these two calves that relates directly to the approach to learning that they've taken is when they started to drink water. Bodhi started drinking water at 28 days of age, and he did that by, again, exploration. He was playing in a shallow indoor pool, splashed water in his mouth accidentally, and it took him about 8 minutes to respond to that sensation and turn it into the ability to drink water. And he learned how to drink it just like an adult, standing up, taking his trunk and pouring it into his mouth. 28 days was early, but Beco did that at 3 days of age. And he did it by copying mom. He saw mom drinking out of a stream of water that was running across the floor in the calving stall provided for her to drink. He did exactly what he saw mom do. We didn't really consider it a goal-oriented behavior. When Bodhi learned to drink, he was doing it because he wanted to duplicate the sensation he had experienced by inadvertently splashing water into his mouth. Beco was simply doing what he had seen mom do. And calves do this all the time. In fact, that's one way that people who work with elephants sometimes teach calves new behaviors. They take them out with mom, they put mom through a series of behaviors, and calves oftentimes will do exactly what they see mom do. Bodhi wasn't built that way, still isn't built that way, but Beco seems to be that kind of a calf. We also see a difference in behavior that would seem to be the opposite of that, and this relates to mom's demeanor. Bodhi spent a lot more time with mom early on, stayed closer to mom, and again, being male calves, they both are inclined to separate from mom and do some exploration on their own a lot earlier than female calves typically seem to do. But Bodhi would spend a lot of time with mom, close to mom, between mom's legs. Beco started branching out and exploring his environment a lot more quickly than that. A lot of it had to do with the fact that when Bodhi was young, Phoebe would grab him and pull him back. If she was concerned about what he was doing, an area he was about to approach, some foreign to Bodhi, not necessarily to Phoebe, item in the environment such as toys, what we consider to be elephant toys, she would pull him back and not let him explore. Beco, she was not so concerned about, so he got opportunities to branch out from mom a little earlier than Bodhi did. When Bodhi was born, we were struck by how quickly he grew. You typically expect a young elephant calf to gain somewhere in the vicinity of 2 pounds a day, and that will go on for a few months. Bodhi consistently gained about 2.5 pounds a day. He had a couple of weeks where he would break 3 pounds, one week where he even averaged 4 pounds a day over the course of the week, but he continued this for 2 years, and we've got a very big calf now. At 5 years of age, he is almost 7.5 feet tall and well over 5,000 pounds, so this is a big boy. Beco, however, is performing at a much higher rate of growth than Bodhi did. Beco is not as tall as Bodhi was at this point, and his body conformation looks a little bit different. Bodhi is kind of leggy like his sire, Coco. Beco is a little more squat, but he is gaining weight at a much faster rate. He still, at this point, averages about 3 pounds weight gain a day. Visitors often ask if it's become old hat having babies. This is only our second baby, so no, it's not become old hat. But really, I can't imagine that this is ever something that we will grow tired of. It's an incredible experience to be around a young calf. We operate as members of his social group. We are social companions to his mother. She welcomes us there. She's very comfortable with us there. As a matter of fact, with both calves, she will sometimes bring the calf to us and leave the calf with us. In essence, we become babysitters. Experiences like that are hard to describe and hard to quantify. We realize that we have a unique opportunity as a result of our job, as a result of the opportunity to interact with a calf and a mom, and everybody that gets that opportunity actually cherishes it. It's very unique, and it means a lot to us. It's also a treat for us to see how visitors respond to the baby. When we are out in the indoor exhibit or out here in the yard with Phoebe and Beco, we see the visitors fairly close, and we see the instantaneous reaction they have when they see the calf. and it's almost unanimous. People break out into a smile. They are instantly engaged by the calf. We run into people later on that have seen the calf, and they talk about that experience, and they are to a great extent at a loss for words. Why they have a universal response to a baby elephant, that's actually kind of hard to figure out. We obviously feel very strongly about elephants, and a number of our volunteers and other employees feel very strongly about elephants. But to see, again, the universal impact that they have on our visitors is really very striking. It also reminds us of the responsibility that we have, that this calf doesn't just belong to us, and Bodhi doesn't just belong to us. He actually belongs to the city of Columbus and the zoo supporters and the people that live here. So this is a pretty serious responsibility that we have, and we regard it that way. It also gives us an opportunity to talk to people about elephant conservation, about conservation of wildlife in general, but specifically the issues that confront elephants and their continued survival in the wild. If a baby elephant catches people's attention, gives us their ear, and we abide by that responsibility properly, then perhaps we can do something, and Bodhi and Beco can do something to help ensure their future.